Good afternoon. My name is Karina Watais, and I am the Director of Marketing here at ProSites. And we are so glad to have you joining us today for this webinar entitled 8 Ways to Get Your Practice Back on Track. And maybe just a little extra. I'd like to share with you the agenda for this webinar, and we've broken it into a few sections. The first are some actions that you can take right now that can help get your practice back on track. The next are some actions that will set your practice up for the future. And then we're going to look at some of the virtual options that are available for you to increase the efficiency of your office. And then we're going to share a plan for your success going into the end of this year and to the beginning of next year. Whose annual plan included a global pandemic? I'm sure that when you created your annual plan, you didn't create a list of potential downfalls that were out of your control that might wreak havoc on your practice, like the global pandemic, perhaps natural disasters in your area, or other unforeseen events. The truth is, as we're all too aware, that these things can and do happen. And we've heard from so many practices around the country about the things that they're doing to recover some efficiency through all of the new processes and procedures they put in place. And it's been a lot. But while you can't always know when you're going to be thrown off track, you can and should understand what are some of the actions you can take to come back and get your practice back on track. If you're not sure where to start, we always recommend that your website is a sure best bet. Now, more than ever, it is critical that your dental website is up to date, both in appearance and in content. So let's talk about that a little. Patients are looking at your website to learn about your services, your expertise, and more. You should be using your website to show off your capabilities and your professionalism, especially now. And part of that is adhering to design best practices, including leveraging the latest technologies to make sure that your website is performing its best and doing its job to engage your patients and to get you new ones. We'll talk more about search rankings a little bit later in this presentation. The next is that your website needs to be comprehensive. We always recommend starting with a call to action, which is a direction to a visitor that they perform a specific action. It could be something like filling out a contact form or reading a blog post or even to call your office. I like to joke that I'm the only person in the world who will thoroughly read every word on a website. Most people scan content on the website really quickly, looking for the topic that they want. As you can see from this page, frequently asked questions, some of the services that this person offers, and the contact us button really jump out. That gives the person who's on your website some really quick options to get to what they really want to know. You always want to review your website to just see how scannable it is. The average person is going to look at this really quickly and make some decisions about where they want to go next. And one of the things you need to ask yourself is, are the things that are important to your practice at the forefront of your content? Your website, of course, needs to be functional. And that means that no matter if a person is accessing your website from their mobile phone or from a tablet, that your website offers a really great experience, and that it features the correct information, that your phone number is correct, that your address is correct, and any details about and changes to your practice are reflected on your website. And of course, that it's written in a way that's easy for your target audience to understand. Your practice needs to be visually appealing. So it needs to use the kind of imagery that will resonate with your audience. You should be avoiding visual clutter, paring things down, making your website feel a little bit more clean and modern. And of course, any website can be personalized to match the brand that you're developing as part of your practice. Our next way to get back on track is to get found online. Times of change can create opportunities for practices to serve new patients. For example, there are more people that are working remotely. So if historically they saw a business near the office, they may now be looking for one closer to home. Services that your practice has always performed, such as emergency care or weekend hours, could now be more appealing to a wider market. And this is where the power of local SEO comes in. Now, SEO is an acronym for something called search engine optimization. And search engine optimization is the practice of structuring your website so that people can find it when they're searching online. Good search optimization doesn't happen overnight. This is part of a long-term strategy where the changes that you make today move your website higher in search results tomorrow, next month, and in the coming years. So, a little bit about search results. When people are searching online, they go to a search engine, they type in a set of keywords, things that they're looking for. In this case, a dentist near Temecula. What they don't tell you is that 25% of all people click on the very first result that they see. 50% of people don't go past the third result, and 90% of people will not even go past the first page. So, one of the ways that you can get back on track is to optimize your website to make it appear higher in search results. You want to include your location and the surrounding areas that you serve. You want to make sure that things like pediatric dentist or dentist for kids, if that is your specialty, are on your website so that the search engine knows to direct people to your business. And you want to make your website a place where people can spend a little bit of time reading about your services and getting to know you as a practice. So use your website to highlight what's different. What are services that you might offer that other people don't, or specialties that you can offer your patients? What makes you different from some of the other dentists that are out there? How are you responding to the pandemic? What should patients know about that? All of these things are a great way of you leveraging your website in order to communicate to people exactly what it is you want them to know about your practice. Our third is if you're looking for immediate results, one way to get back on track is with online advertising. While search engine optimization can take some time to start working for your business, something called pay-per-click or PPC is a way to use advertising online where ads are displayed on a search engine like Google, and you pay a fee when your ads are clicked. It can be a really effective way to capitalize on finding new patients, prospective patients who are searching for a new dentist. So while your SEO can take some time to get traction, PPC can give you some immediate visibility and allow you to really target the people that you are looking for your practice. So here's an example of a pay-per-click ad. So you can see it happens usually at the very top of the search results page, even before um, the natural search engine results. So these ads run at the top. They are running for specific keywords like family dentistry. So not only does this literally put you ahead of your competition, but when your audience is searching on their phone or your tablet, they will see your ad without even having to scroll down. PPC ads are a great way to stretch your marketing budget because you can set a budget for each campaign and only pay when somebody clicks on your ad. And then when your allotted budget is reached, those ads automatically stop. PPC ads also use geo-targeting, which allows you to target specific individuals in your area who are trying to find services like yours. So if you're located in Pittsburgh or if you're located in Omaha, you can really do some of that targeting to make sure that you're only going to be appearing for people who are searching for a dentist in Omaha versus somebody who might be searching for a dentist in another location. The fourth way to get back on track is to go with where your patients are, Facebook. In times of ambiguity, Facebook becomes an informational line for people. For example, with the social distancing measures and the travel restrictions that were brought on by COVID-19 resulted in a 10% year-over-year increase of monthly users. There are 2.6 billion people using Facebook. So not only are your current and future patients using Facebook, they're spending almost an hour more per day on the platform. So let's look at two ways that you can use Facebook to get back on track. The first, of course, is to maintain a practice Facebook page. Should think of maintaining your Facebook page as one of the best ways to keep your patients engaged. You might hear the term organic when it comes to Facebook. That means the free and natural engagement that comes from your Facebook page. Facebook is often the first place that a patient will check to see if you're open, if you have new processors or procedures that they need to know about. And it's increasingly a place where people can go to ask for recommendations for a new dentist or a favorite orthodontist or other specialty. That's where those conversations are happening these days. They're happening on Facebook, and you want to be there. You can also use Facebook to target new patients. Facebook ads provide a valuable inroad to current and future patients. So while those organic posts on your Facebook page can reach your current followers, Facebook ads can help you reach other new potential patients in your area while increasing awareness of your practice. Facebook has this incredibly robust system where you can set up and run campaigns on the platform that can take into account the people that you want to target as well as your budget. All right, let's talk about reactivating patients with automation. We have spoken with a lot of dental practices around the country, and when the mandated lockdowns and quarantines hit earlier this year, months of your dental appointments disappeared from the schedule in a matter of weeks, and really everyone is trying to recover from that hit. So right now, your staff are balancing more duties and procedures than they ever have before. And finding a way to automate and streamline your communications is going to be critical to your practice success right now. One of the best ways to increase your efficiency is to automate your patient recare communications. These automated communication systems can send overdue treatment reminders at predetermined intervals set by your office. A good system can allow your staff to see which patients need to be contacted and then to choose the type of communication that would be most effective for them. You want to use a system that employs multiple outreach methods like phone calls, postcards, in this case, emails, text messages, to make sure that no one falls through the cracks. People need to be reminded that you're open, that you're safe, and that you're going to keep them healthy by taking care of their dental health. The next way to get back on track is to communicate your new safety procedures. There is not a practice out there that we know of that hasn't totally reconsidered and adjusted their processes and procedures to keep their staff and patients safe. You've thought through new ways to do just about everything, but do your patients know how seriously you're taking their health and the changes that you've enacted? You are an expert. Patients are looking to you to communicate your new procedures. They want to know that it's safe to come back. So prepare your what I need to know before my visit types of communications. Prepare scripts for your staff so they can use them when they're speaking with patients who might be worried, and put those changes to your procedures on your website. People will often check your social media presences like Facebook to make sure that they're getting the most up-to-date information about what you need from them in order to make this a great experience. You should take it from a communications professional. The more you can do to assure patients that you're taking everyone's health seriously, the safer they're going to feel in returning. And if that's not enough, communicate the risks of delayed care. You know the statistics on how important it is to get regular care for your patients, but they may need a reminder to take their oral health seriously as well. You should take some time to create communications like blog posts, social media posts with your recommendations for getting back on schedule. It's not necessary to scare people, but do give them the education they need to make the decision to prioritize their future health with an appointment. 7. It wasn't that long ago that high touch was a service provider's goal. And now the less contact, the better. Patients want to get in and out as quickly as possible and to interact with as few people as they can. And of course, your staff's time is incredibly valuable. Fortunately, there are a number of tools that not only make practicing easier during these times, but can help you run a more efficient practice going forward. And one of these options are online forums. You can offer patients online forms that can be completed and submitted ahead of time. Patients like being able to provide their information ahead so that their time in the office is maximized. And online forms can minimize the amount of time that they spend in a waiting room, which of course speeds up your intake and reduces the time that your staff is spending managing paperwork. Using online forms helps you recover more time so your staff can help make sure that they're spending their time helping patients and providing that great care that you're known for. In fact, there are many virtual and online tools available to you now to all practices that can increase your efficiency in your chair turnaround. Let's start by reviewing some of these. The first is a virtual waiting room. Asking patients to wait in cars is relatively common now. That's what my dentist asked me to do the last time I went. But when you pair that with an automated patient communication system that texts patients when it's time to come inside, you're recovering more time. Your staff doesn't have to make a phone call, make sure that the person is picking up. It just makes things just a little bit more, run a little bit more smoothly. And it's those types of incremental efficiencies that can really help your practice get back on track. Consider offering online appointment booking right from your website. Your staff can spend less time calling patients and hoping they pick up the phone because patients will now have the option of booking right from your website 24/7. Practices can choose whether to accept appointments and then slide that patient straight into the automated confirmation communication systems. And the best online bookings that we see will allow you as a provider total flexibility to set time and date preferences, account for the time out of the office that you're building into your calendars, and of course to choose which providers can be matched with which procedures. Online appointment booking can be a really effective way to make sure that your schedule is full with less back and forth time. It may be worth looking into incorporating live chat onto your website. Live chat can be a way to provide a better experience for patients who are used to using live chat to get their questions answered, while providing a way for your staff to also be able to multitask and to maximize the amount of time that they're spending helping patients. Of course, you want to make sure that your live chat is HIPAA compliant to avoid any improprieties or any leaks of information. Virtual consults have come a long way since the days of teledentistry. We're seeing practices really diversify the way that they're seeing patients, which allow for more points of virtual contact instead of relying 100% on in-office visits. This, of course, is top of mind to everybody who has been managing a practice through the global pandemic. Virtual consults can allow you to triage those patients before they arrive so that your most urgent cases are filling your emergency appointments and that your staff is better able to set more accurate appointment times. Something that's really important when you are trying to streamline and make the most of your time with patients. As we were thinking about how your practice can get back on track, we realized that sharing an outline to help you build a plan to finish this year and prepare you for what's next coming next year might be a little helpful. So this is a plan that we have helped develop that highlight some of the activities that you can be thinking of as you are kicking off your planning. First of all, you need to identify where your practice is now, the services that you offer, what differentiates you from your competitors, all the different marketing activities that you're engaging in to make sure that you're found, that your patients are engaged, um, and then specifically, how are you communicating with your target audience? Next, to determine your goals for the year, both to finish the year and the goals that you have for 2021. Are you going to be focusing more on getting new patients? Are you looking to reactivate the patients that you have had come into your practice in the past? Are you expanding to offer new services and new lines of business inside your practice? And of course, is efficiency still going to be a major driver in the way that you're seeing patients? These are all questions that you should be asking as you're heading into planning. And of course, what are your goals with technology? Are you doing as much as you can to leverage technology and virtual tools to deliver a better experience for your patients? These virtual tools can help streamline your business. You're going to want to look into which virtual tools are going to work for you. Maybe virtual consults will work for you, or online forums, the automated communications. Maybe you're interested in a virtual waiting room. Maybe a live chat would work for you, or maybe it wouldn't. These are questions that you want to match up with the goals that you have for this year to make sure that you're going to be evaluating the kinds of tools that will help you reach your goals. So, as a quick review, here are your 8 ways to get back on track again. The first, optimize your website for the long term. You want the great content on your site. You want accurate information on your site. You want to highlight all of the services that you offer. You want to put some time into your search engine optimization to get found online so that new customers, when they're searching for dental services, that you are the first result to pop up on their search engine results page. Next, if you need something that is an immediate benefit to your business, pay-per-click advertisements might be a really great way to go. Again, you can set your budgets, you can target with them, it can be a highly effective way of growing your business. Go where your patients are. Be on Facebook, use Facebook ads. Really make sure that you're there so that when your patients want to recommend you, you have an active presence so that they feel comfortable passing your name along to friends. 5, look at your reactivating your patients with more automated communications. And then 6, of course, communicating your new safety procedures so that those people who are a little bit more nervous understand that you are concerned about their health and you are concerned about their safety and that you are doing everything in your power to provide both a great experience but a safe experience. Next, boosting your efficiency with online forms so that patients can fill out that information before they even get back into the office. And then, of course, leveraging your virtual tools. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. Please let us know how we did or if there are ideas that you would like to learn more about. We are always willing to discuss the goals that you have for your practice and to come up with a strategy that you can use to build your plan and to finish this year and get back on track. Thank you.